Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olive. Today I have a playful yoga sequence for you to follow along with. Within the sequence we're going to be exploring some transitions, so quite dynamic movements, but we're also going to explore some holds or some isometrics. In terms of equipment, I would grab a yoga block if you would like, otherwise you just need yourself and some space. And we're going to get started kneeling down. Let's start by going through a couple of warm-up drills. So coming onto all fours, hands and knees, we're just going to have a little wriggle here into the whole spine. So think about sort of drawing circles with your belly button, allowing your arms to find a little bit of a bend, circling the other way, and just seeing and checking in with how your body feels just now. Maybe let's rock back and forwards, so into the toes, tuck the feet under, forwards into the hands, just slowly loading into the ankles and the wrists. Okay. And the next time you roll yourself forwards, come to stack the shoulders back over the wrists, and what we're going to do from here is flip the hands upside down. So my fingertips are facing one another, the palms up to the ceiling. If this is too intense, you can bring the body weight back into the heels. But from here we're going to look at some inverted elbow push-ups. So starting with the arms straight, you're then going to bend the elbows, lower the chest towards the ground. And then push back away. And again, lower. And press away. So again, you can keep the weight backwards into the heels if it is quite intense, or if you would like to just make it a little bit stronger, bring the shoulders back over the wrists. We'll go 2 more. Lovely. And then release, flip the hands back over, come to a seat, and let's circle through the wrists. All right. From here, taking your fingertips onto your shoulders, you're going to draw some big circles back with those elbows. Thinking about really extending through the chest as you circle forwards. And then as you circle back, allowing a bit of a rounding into the spine. So bringing in a bit more maneuverability to the spine as well. And you can go the other way, alternating the pattern. Beautiful. And slowly releasing. Take it back into your tabletop. You're welcome to grab your block for this, or you can do it without. So without the block, what we are going to do is lift and squeeze our left heel to our butt, and then take our hip through some big circles. So you're drawing circles with that knee. Now if you wanted to do it with a block, you just simply squeeze the block between your calf and your hamstring, and then find the circles from here. With the block, it's just a little bit more feedback to give into the hamstrings. And change direction if you haven't. All right, and then onto the other leg. Again, you can start with or without the block, into the right hand side, just finding these circles into the hip joint, allowing all the clicks and crunches. Add the block if you fancy it, change direction as well. All right. And then let's release, take it back into a downward facing dog. Give the legs a little pedal, a little nod through your head, and anything that feels good here. All right. When you're ready, look forwards. You're going to walk the feet towards the hands, bend the legs, and roll up through the spine. And when you come to standing, a little roll down into the shoulders. So we've got a couple of single leg balances today. So we're just going to warm up that. So start by just taking the feet about hip distance. We're going to focus on the right foot just now. So you're going to lift the toes, try spread them out and plant them down. So just gaining a big surface area. You're now going to bring the weight to that right leg, lift the left foot off the floor. So when we do this, think about using your hands as well as acts of balance. So if I was to drop my weight to one side, I can use my arm to kind of bring me back to center. Now, with that, we're going to take it and see if we can slowly close the eyes, one by one, or maybe both at a time, and see if we can keep the balance here. Doesn't matter if you wobble and fall out. The idea is to just bring your focus to how hard that bottom foot is working to keep you stabilized, and feel all the intricate muscle structures working. See if you can do 2 more breaths here. And then slowly release. Cool. Give that leg a little shake out. Open the eyes if you haven't already, and we'll do the same thing on the left-hand side. So lift the toes, spread them out, plant them down. Bring the weight to the left foot. Now take a moment, see how it feels here. I'm right leg dominant, so I feel more comfortable on that side. So again, you might be the same. And then when you're ready, close down the eyes. Again, sensing all those wobbles, try work with them. Breathing here. Nice. Let's see if we can go 2 more breaths. Ooh. And then back and release. Cool, so hopefully everything for the balance is nice and warmed up, and the rest of the body is as well. So we're going to come to the top of our mat, and we're going to make our way into our first flow. So with your feet hip distance apart, we're going to bring our arms into a cactus position. So think lifting the chest forwards, squeezing the shoulder blades in, looking up. And then from here, we're going to bend the legs. Send the butt back. Imagine you're diving into a pool, reaching your arms in front of you. Then again, roll it back and extend. And then roll it forwards as if you're diving into a pool. We're going to go 2 more times. Start to see how the movement feels, how the breath responds. Last one. Now as you come back to standing, draw your hands to your chest. You're going to lift up your left knee. Take the right arm across, and you're going to twist your body towards the left-hand side. You can keep your left hand where it is. Take it to the lower back, or reach it behind you. Wherever you want to go, we're going to hold it here for a few breaths. Now again, you might find that bottom leg really working hard to keep you stable. If you wobble and fall out, just take your time. Don't rush to come back into the pose. I'm going to take 1 more breath here. And see if you can circle everything back forwards, hands back to your chest. Keep that left leg elevated for just 1 more second. We're going to circle that leg behind, plant the foot down, keep that front leg straight. We're going to open the arms out into a warrior 2. So just have a little bend here. A little move into the knee, a little move into the hip, the ankles. So I'm going to play with a transition from warrior 2 into a half moon, but the caveat today is that we're going to do half moon to the back of our mat. So let's begin. You're going to straighten your front leg, pivot the right toes with you. Pivot the left toes to now face the back. Now see if you can almost find that same bounce into that left leg to lift the back foot off the ground. Reach for the floor with the left hand, or maybe it's on top of your block, as the right arm and leg are in the air. And then we're going to see if we can reverse it. So bend that left leg, right foot to the floor, pivot around, warrior 2. Okay, let's see if we can go this a couple more times. From our warrior 2, rotate, bounce, and land. Maybe hold for a breath or 2. And then soften that front knee, rotate all the way around. See if we can go for it 2 more times. Straighten that front leg, use the arms, bounce into the legs. See if we can carry that weight forwards. And then control the drop of that leg as you return. Okay, we're going to do it 1 more time. Straighten out, pivot, lean into that leg, woo, and hold. Take 1 more breath in your half moon, and then release back down, come all the way forwards, warrior 2. From here, palms together, you're going to rotate onto the balls of the back foot and bring that back knee down to the ground. We're coming into a twist, so take a breath in, and then on your exhale, twist to the right hand side. Now again, you can stay more upright, left hand over the right knee, right hand to the lower back, or reaching behind. Or the other option is to keep the palms pressed together and draw the elbow over the knee. If you have this last option, you're welcome to also lift your back knee off the floor. But again, just see which one you align with the most today. I'm going to hold here for a couple more breaths. If you want, you can always change the position of your body and just see what it feels like. All right. Let's go one more breath here. Release, rotate through center, hands back to your chest, then fold, hands to the ground. We're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Have a little moment here to pedal out through the legs, to rock through the hips, to maybe find a little rotation into the shoulders. Okay, when you're ready, look forward. So let's tiptoe the feet or walk them up to the front. Bend the legs, roll up through the spine. Okay, this time we're going to start with a slightly different movement to take our spine into a different direction. So you're going to begin, draw the arms above your head. Now imagine you're going to drop your body down to the right, sweep the arms through the middle, then pick them up through the left. Then we can drop the other way, through the left, to the middle, and then up. Here we go again. Drop, bend the legs, roll up through the spine. Let the arms be fairly relaxed here, finding any kind of shapes. We'll go one more time each side. And last time. As you come back to the middle, draw the hands to your chest. You're going to lift your right knee up this time. See if you can take that left hand over. Right arm either stays at your chest, take it to your lower back, or reaching behind you. Again, go for whatever option, wherever you can find those points of stability. We're going to breathe. One more breath. And then see if you can circle everything back forwards. Keep that back leg lifted as it is. You're going to scooch that knee behind. Reach it and plant it to the ground into your warrior two. So from here, our warrior two position, we're going to bend in and out off that front leg. I'm going to scooch myself forwards. So again, warming up into the knees and the ankles. Sorry, I've got my back to you. All right, from here, straighten that front leg. Turn the left toes in, right toes reach to the back. We're going to see if we can push off the back foot and make our way to our half moon on the other side. And then again, release, bend that front leg, left leg to the ground, rotate back to warrior two. So a lot of rotation into the feet today. Again, see if we can switch. Push off from your left leg into that right foot as you reach for the ground or your block. And then again, soften that knee. Roll up, turn to the front, warrior two. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Take your time, push off. Ooh. Reaching forwards and coming down. It's a very, very tricky transition because the legs are in a really wide base. If we had a slightly narrower base between our feet, it would be a little bit easier, but it's fun to play around with some challenges. Okay. And then when you're ready, landing back into your warrior two, we are going to hold it here. Bring the palms together at your chest. Turn onto the balls of the back foot. Back knee all the way down to the ground. So again, into our twist, take a breath in. Exhale to twist to the left-hand side. Again, you can stay upright here, or take right hand over the knee, left hand to the lower back, or behind, or stay with the hands together and bring the elbow over the knee, option to lift. Wherever you want to go, where you can find that stability into the feet. You can find the breath moving and flowing with relative ease. Let's go one more breath here. Okay, slowly release, hands down, step back into your downward facing dog. Again, let's go for a little wriggle. Let's go for a little shake. And our next little sequence is going to be down on our knees. So when you're ready from your down dog, bring yourself down to a tabletop position. All right. From here, we're going to kind of come back to those hip circles, but exaggerate them slightly differently. We're going to begin by lifting that right knee off the floor. Now lean the weight out of the hands. You're going to reach that right knee over the left foot and tap the ground. So I'm really sinking the weight back. And then from here, as I roll forwards, I'm going to circle that knee and see if I can bring it to tap the arm. And circle it back, tap the ground. And travel forwards. Circle to tap, and circle it forwards. I'm going to do one more just like this, and then we'll play around with a variation for 2 moves. All right, variation. Circle it back, tap the ground. Now this time see if as you circle it forwards, you can keep that leg straight and maybe the foot touches the ground next to the hand. Again, circle it back. Last time, circle it all the way forwards. See if you can tap. And then bring that knee behind you. You're going to plant that foot between the hands, roll up to our kneeling position. From here, our left ankle, we're going to swivel it behind the hips. So we're now into this adductor lunge. And from here, right arm comes down to the knee, reaching the left arm overhead. So it's like a baby extended angle. Your option is to stay here. You could always bring the hand on top of the block to the inside of the leg or the ground. Or if you do practice a bind, you're welcome to come into that. The top arm reaching around the back, bottom arm threading through the leg. Wherever you decide to end up holding, I just want you to shift your focus for a moment to this left rib cage. And whether or not you can feel yourself really breathing into that space. Okay. Let's go one more breath here. And then slowly, slowly, we're going to come all the way out. Bring your shoulders back over your hips. We're going to now straighten that front leg away. Drop the toes, so now our hips are facing the side of our mat. Left arm down to the ground, reaching your right arm up. Now we're focusing on the right arm. It's going to be the primary mover here. You're going to start to take that arm through some big circles. Drawing circles with the arm, and in the process, finding this extension into your chest and this forward bending. You can change direction of the circle. And then use that sort of circular motion to pick you up over to the other side. And now we swap the arms. Left arm generates these big circles. Again, my chest finding that extension. And again, same thing, I can switch and over to the other side. Let's go for it one more time. Right arm drawing these circles. Option if you would like to maybe lift that right leg off the floor as you're here. And then drop, circle to the other side. Option for this one, you can remove the right arm and stay as you are. And circle back to the middle. All right, bit of a weird transition from here. Hands are going to go down to the floor directly in front of you. And then you're going to see if you can sweep that left foot in, hands behind, and we drop down to our butt. All right, we're coming into a forward fold from here. So turning your body to face your right leg. You're going to creep the arms forwards and begin to bring yourself into a fold. Remember a couple of different options here if you want to. You can always bend that right leg and catch the foot and focus more on that spinal flexion as opposed to the hamstring stretch. Or you could gently pulse in and out of that leg. Wherever you are, we're going to hold here for a few more breaths. Okay. And then slowly release. Cool. We're going to make our way back into our downward facing dog before doing the sequence one last time. Another little wriggle, another little pedal into the legs. All right. I'm going to turn around so that I can still face the camera. And then when you're ready, both knees down to the floor. All right, we're coming back to those exaggerated hip circles. So lifting that left knee up and off the floor, lean the weight back into the feet, tap the ground to the outside of the right leg. Circle it forwards, tap that arm. Again, circle it back, knee to the floor, and then circle it forwards. And again, we go to tap. And then circling. I'm going to go one more time like this. Then add in the exaggerated movement. Beautiful. All right, this time tap the ground. As you come forward, see if you can straighten that leg and maybe tap the foot to the ground. Circle it all the way back. And last time, circle it all the way forwards to tap. Pop the knee backwards, then we'll step that foot forwards and roll up into a lunge. Your right leg now, swivel it behind, so you turn your hips, we're back to our adductor lunge. Again, left arm down, right arm reaching up and over. Your option to take your left hand to the floor on top of your block, or back to your bind. And then as you settle down, let's take our focus back to the right rib cage this time. Can you feel the breath moving into this space? Okay. All right. I'm going to go for 2 more breaths here. And then when you are ready, come all the way back up, straighten that front leg away, turn the toes to face, again, the long edge of your mat. This time, right hand comes to the ground as we reach our left arm up. So that left arm is a primary mover. Take it through those big circular shapes. Finding that movement into the chest as you do. Again, you can change direction. All right. Now use that arm to carry you all the way over to the other side. Right arm becomes the main mover now. Beautiful. All right. And then again, circle that arm back and through. As the left arm moves, again, you're welcome to lift up that left leg just for something different. And then swapping over last time. Welcome to lift that left arm off and away. And bring yourself back, upright shoulders over your hips, hands to the ground. Sweep that right leg forwards as you sit your butt back. Okay, weird transition. So once you're ready, you're going to fold down into your left leg. Again, remember the leg can be straight. We can take a bend in it, Or we can sit and we can pulse. Completely up to you. Depends what you're kind of going for in this position, if you want a bit more of a hamstring stretch or sort of lower back stretch. Okay. Let's go for 2 more breaths here. And then slowly walk all the way up. So if you swivel the legs round to the front, you're going to catch the knees and roll down onto our back. And just have a little rock side to side. Then coming to lie down either with the feet planted to the floor or the legs extended away. Just take a moment here. Eyes closed or softened gaze. And as you lie against the ground, just perhaps pay attention for a moment to the heartbeat. To your breath. To any sensations you're experiencing in your body. To what you might be able to feel from the fabric of your clothing, the ground beneath you. To what you might be able to smell, any aromas. To what you might be able to taste. To what you can see, even if the eyes are closed. And finally, what you can hear within your space and maybe further afield. Take 5 breaths here in silence with me. Bring a little bit of movement to your fingers and toes again. Maybe a stretch with your arms over your head, your legs extending away. Then hug your knees into your chest, roll to one side, picking yourself up back to seated when you're ready. So I really hope you enjoyed class and enjoyed the playful aspect to everything that we did today. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them below, especially requests for future videos. I will see you next time. Bye!